Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and today we have out the Shockwave 590 shotgun today. Again, you've seen this on the channel, and the last time you saw it, I had put the Opsal Mini 2.0 clip, I think that's the name of it, in as the adapter so I can run these mini shells. But then y'all put me on game and said, Summer, you got to go get the Defender Tactical. So I do have the Defender Tactical so that I can now run whatever shell I want to, and it'll run smoothly through here. So I have not shot it yet since I put the Defender Tactical in there. So hopefully everything works out fine today. We'll see. But today's video is about the different types of shotgun shells you can run through a shotgun. Now, this is a 12 gauge shotgun. I understand that there's other gauges, 20, 28, and I don't know, a couple others. And I'm just going to tell you the ones that I run through this 12 gauge Mossberg 590. So this is like that mini shorty shotgun. I actually am getting more into shotguns, and stay tuned because I might have one coming very, very soon. Either way, let's start with first birdshots. So I've got some Federal 12 gauge. This is 2 3/4, 1180 feet per second, 1 ounce, 7.5 shot. So these are, like I just said, 2 3/4 bird shots. I do have just some regular ones, and then I saw these pink ones for breast cancer awareness, so I picked them up because they were on sale. So let's run the bird shot first. And I got my glove on because I just got my nails done, and when I try to put these in here, they just tear my nails to pieces, and I be having all that debris and stuff on my nails that I just got freshly painted. So if y'all see the glove, that's the only reason for it. Now, when we're talking about bird shots, this is probably like the easiest out of the three, bird, buck, and slugs, the easiest to shoot as far as the recoil goes. So bird shots are typically used for what you hear it says, bird shots. I think that's all I could put in there. No. And it's easier to shoot it when you're trying to hit flying targets because they have these mini, tiny, small pellets in the inside that when you fire the shot, the pellets spread so that it can hit the birds that you're trying to kill. So easiest to shoot out of the three, has less recoil. It could be cheaper, the cheaper one to buy, the cheaper cartridge or round to buy. And then if you use it for home defense, it's probably not the best. Maybe slug or buck will be your best option. But bird is just that. It's just having fun with it. So let's take the first, how many did I put in here? 6, maybe? Let's take the first shots. All right. Ready? It still did have a little kick. And I'm not saying firing any guns, you're not going to have no kick. But that did feel like it kicked a little hard. And my finger, pulling the trigger, I did put a grip on here like y'all told me to as well. But the shoot, it was great. It was great. It wasn't too bad of a kick, but that's bird for you. And that was 2 3/4, but I do have some mini shells. And when I add the mini shells to this shotgun, I could put like, I think 8 in here. And I'd much rather run the mini shells because the bird shots have less recoil, but the mini shells have even less recoil because, look at it. This is 8, I think this is 8 shot. Let me see. Yeah, 8 shot. 15, 16 ounce, 1145 feet per second 1 3/4 inches is what we have here. And look at those mini tiny pellets in there. That's why it's called a birdshot, because all those right there, shoot in the air, it's gonna hit all them birds that's flying in a line. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Might can get 8 in here. No, just 7. All right. So mini shells, bird shots. Sounds louder. Take. Yeah. I don't know. I think they were probably about equal as far as the recoil goes. So that's the bird shot for you. Then we have buckshot. So look at what the buckshot pellets look like. So they're like bigger, as you can see. And for this one, this is a Monarch high velocity lead buckshot. This is double aught buck, 2 3/4 inches, 1345 feet per second, and there's 9 pellets in this one. The mini didn't tell me, and this one didn't tell me. I think it's too many to count for those, but there's 9 pellets in here. And what would you use a buckshot for? Probably home defense. If you were looking into having a shotgun, probably buck is going to be a better option than bird. And that's because you have fewer pellets, so you don't have all those pellets spreading everywhere. If you were to defend yourself or defend your life or whatever to a bad person, they'll get these 9 pellets. One of the 9 gotta hit them. So if we're talking about penetration, this one might be over penetrating if we're comparing this to the birds. The recoil is probably a little bit heavier on this one too. Buckshot, double aught buck. I got 5 in here, I think. Let's see. See if this thing is kicking like they really say it kick. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay, I wasn't ready for that. Oh. Oh my gosh. That, oh, my trigger finger. That kicks. A buckshot, it kicks. Let's put 4 or 5 more in there. Okay, so it looks like, I thought I got 5 in here a minute ago of the bird shots, but I only got 4 in here. All right, here we go. Oh my God. I feel like my finger's about to come off. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Oh my goodness. I'd much rather shoot bird shots and mini shells through this and not no, oh my gosh. Okay, we're not shooting no more buckshot. So y'all get the drift. If you want to take down somebody, if it's hurting your hand, can you only imagine what it's going to do to the person? All right, then last, we got slugs. So I've got whitetail and I've got Rio. Now, why would you need a slug? It's the most powerful out of the buck and the bird. So this is what that looks like. It's one projectile, it's just like a bullet. You got one projectile that's coming out of this shell. So instead of like the bird and the buck, instead of the pellets spreading, You only got one little shot right there in the sole. If you aim right, that's where you're gonna hit them at. They're gonna get one shot, it's gonna throw them right back. So, most penetration, and it's probably gonna have the most recoil. I don't even know if I wanna shoot this, because if them bucks shot like that, I can only imagine what this is gonna shoot like. I'd much rather have a longer barrel to shoot buck and slugs through, because at least I'll have my shoulder to help with the recoil. Right now, I'm literally, I literally have just my, you know, my hands, my arms. All right, here go the slugs. Say a prayer real quick. Whew. Look at the berm. Good gracious. Oh my gosh. That's even worse than the buckshot. But y'all see how that berm was kicking up? I'm gonna do 5 more just for y'all. I really don't want to shoot them, but I'm gonna do 5 more just for y'all. Actually, I'm just doing 4 because that's all it holds. I mean, I could chamber one and then, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll chamber one and then add another one. There we go. Now we got 5. Whew. Let me get a little lower. My gosh. Y'all ready? Oh my God. Actually, those last 4 or 3 didn't seem to hit as hard. Let me look. All right, so the last 3 or 4 were the whitetail, American whitetail slugs, and 2 3/4 1 ounce rifle slug for smooth barrels. That's pretty much all it says. Whereas the Rio, wait. Two 2 3/4, 1 1/8 ounce, 1,200 feet per second. I don't know, they're similar. One of them shot very, one of them had a very light recoil. Let me see if it was this one. Yeah, I think the Rio, actually I think it's the Rio that didn't kick as bad as a slug. So I think it all depends on your brand of ammo that you get. So this is what I shot just now, and it didn't feel as hard hitting as the American whitetail. I think that's what it was. The American whitetail hits harder than the Rio. Whew. Anything is better than that buckshot though. I'm gonna have to just save these for a longer barrel shotgun, because I can't shoot that no more today. But I didn't show y'all the pink ones. Pink bird shots. Let's put 5 in. Not that, you know, it's gonna make a difference in the shoot, but I just want to support the breast cancer awareness people and ladies. Okay, these are bird, but in support of breast cancer awareness. I know it's not that time of the month, but still, we can support and advocate for breast cancer awareness patients all year long. So here we go. Oh my gosh. That thing hit so hard it knocked one of my shells out. One of the shells came out the saddle. It was hitting so hard. Yeah, let's shoot some more mini shells. Those are way funner. All right, I got 8 in here. Let's end the video off good with these 8. Ready? Yeah, if you got a Mossberg, a shorty of some sort of a shotgun, mini shells are the way to go. Just like I said with my 300 blackout that I only shoot subsonic 220 grain only now. I don't shoot supers because why? From now on with this one, I'm only shooting mini shells because it just works better for me in my hand. And obviously you can get bird, buck, and slug mini shells. I'm not gonna say obviously, I think you can get bird, buck, and slugs in the mini shell format. And I'm going to the store to look for the slugs and the buck for mini shells because it just shoots way better coming out of this platform. And like y'all said, the Defender Tactical is working flawless. I have not had any issues all day. This is my first day running with this new adapter in here, and it runs everything. So we ran a few things today, and we've had no issues with anything coming out of here. So shout out to y'all for putting me on game about the Defender Tactical. But guys, what do y'all think? Do y'all run shotguns for home defense options? And if you do, what preferred cartridge do you use? Buck, bird, or slug? I know bird is probably, nobody's gonna say bird, I don't think. And if you do, then just let me know why. So the last two, buck and slug, tell me why y'all run those. What's the purpose? Cause again, I need a longer barrel before I shoot that buck one again. The slug was all right, but before I shoot the buck one, I need to get a longer barrel shotgun because I think it'll help with the recoil. But shout out to y'all who run bucks and is able to maintain that recoil because woo, Summer can't. I can't. So guys, there you have it. Buck, slugs, or birds. What you using them for and why? Until next time, stay armed, stay safe, and stay vigilant. Peace.